biggest race we have all year long.
The icons of this sport have all starred on its biggest stage.
It's the great American race. Trust me.
Pull them belts tight one last time, boys. Light the fire.
Big push coming now for Harvick. Oh, and around goes a couple guns. Police upside down. He's barrel rolling through the grass.
You got plenty of money. Don't need that to keep racing. Is it worth the risk to keep on going?
Win.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Bump and Run podcast. I'm your host, Michael D. White, joined by two of my best friends, Matt the Statman Reilly, Robbie Shrey, Eric Daytona Ron, shooting darts for a championship tonight. We'll see how he does. Hope he has a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend like a Kyle Larson. No shocker there. He was the big winner down in Homestead, Miami. Won himself a truck race, won himself a cup race. Couldn't get it done in the Xfinity series because of a rough restart. But if you paid attention to the Bumper Run podcast, that's number 2 wins that we told you to bet on this season. So that's the second perfecto. Is that what it is? Or exacto?
Perfecto, exacto, whatever. Yeah.
But
whatever terminology.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends you're winning money with the Bumper Run podcast. Fellas, how was your weekend?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah, great. I love smoking meats, and I finally, I do a thing where I retire it at some point in the wintertime. I don't go outside. I'm not loaded, so I don't have a nice gazebo or whatever smoke shack.
Yeah.
It's in the works, though. But old Ricky got out the grill, and I did something I never did. I did short ribs, made my own. I never did those, number one. Number two, never did my own barbecue sauce. Finally tackled that. Did it with Maker's Mark bourbon and some honey, Who's Your Mother sauce, and or your sister sauce. And
Judy Reilly. Hi, what's up?
But all these other ingredients, and it came out phenomenal. It takes a long time, though. It took like 2 hours to do the sauce to get it to the right.
Yeah,
it looked amazing, dude. It looked amazing.
Oh yeah, it was phenomenal. And I'll tell you what, follow this guy. I love him. If you're a cooking person, follow this guy, Meat Church, dude. Can't go wrong out of Texas. He's big Texas barbecue. He's sponsored by Dallas Cowboys. Does all their tailgates. But that's not why I like him. He just happens to be there. I got into him because of my cooking channel. Ricky's _ Smoking Barbecue. Follow me on Instagram.
Whoa, no free plugs here. No free plugs. No, definitely go follow that, Ricky. I am very jealous of what you can do on a grill, my man. For everyone, we're best friends with Ricky, but we're in group chats with him and stuff. So he's always sending videos, and on Instagram you're always posting videos, and man, it's just especially I think you said it now that it's getting nice out, it almost seems like you're doing it weekly. And
yeah, I
want to say, dude, everything you make, you could take dog shit and throw it in your smoker. I mean, you're gonna make it look good, dude. Yeah, go follow that page, Ricky. Say it again because it's definitely.
Ricky's _ Smoking Barbecue.
You gotta put that barbecue sauce recipe on there too, because as you were describing it the other day, it sounded really good. I was like, ooh, I should make that.
I almost started writing it down. Yeah, definitely post that somewhere.
Yeah, I actually got it right now. I can tell you 4. So you're going to use 2 cups.
Same for the Instagram page. We got NASCAR to talk about. Matt, how was your weekend though? Sorry, we got time limits, man.
I got you.
It was good. Friday we went to the Baby Pens game. They got absolutely murdered.
Did they? That's a shocker because they were doing good all season, right?
Yeah, no, they are. They won again Saturday and Sunday. So if they haven't already, they're about to clinch a playoff spot. So that's cool. Because the Big Penguins suck this year. So at least the farm system team is doing good. So did that Friday night, had a blast there. Jackson's first professional hockey game, and he absolutely loved it, man. We got.
Did he love Tux? Did he meet Tux, dude?
He didn't meet Tux, but through a connection, we were able to watch it from a suite. So we watched it from the suite, which was nice because he got to run around and stuff, which is good for him. But yeah, had a blast doing that. Saturday went to a family party on my wife's side. Ava, 5 years old, Jackson's little cousin. So happy birthday,
Ava.
Yep. So
big
that was
fan
fun.
of the Bumper Run podcast.
Did that. Got to watch the Xfinity race a little bit on the phone during the party there. But and then Sunday was just running around and watching cooking, watching the Xfinity race or the Cup race, and we're about to get a shed, and I don't know much about this is obviously I'm first time homeowner, don't know much about it. So I told you guys before we got on, I gotta dig a base in the back, an area so I could put a base down, put some stone down for the shed. So this weekend, going to talk to a guy or two about getting a shed in, and what I want to do, so what I keep telling Steph is it's for all the lawnmower and everything, clear out the garage, throw everything out there. But what I want to do is run electric out there, put a TV up, and just disappear from time to time.
Yeah.
So I was on a Facebook page for the longest time that I think it got dismantled, but it was UK garden bars. And it was people that took sheds and converted them all into bars.
Sick.
But I guess in the UK, everyone has tiny little yards. And so there's some really cool ones where it could have been one of those little tiny lean-to type sheds where it's maybe 4 feet wide. But the one was so cool. The roof lifted up and the TV was on hydraulic rods. So when you lift the roof up, the TV pops out and is on the back, and then you fold down your bar. So it looked fucking awesome. So I have the same dream, building a shed, putting this studio in there, bar, man cave type stuff, you know. One day we'll get there. But my weekend was decent. Didn't really do much. It was kind of a low motivation weekend. Trying to get stuff done, not getting enough things done.
Never. Trimming
tree branches before it really starts growing leaves and stuff. I got most of that done yesterday.
That's part of me clearing room for a shed. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Big hassle.
One more step that I forgot. Yep.
But for once, I caught not all of each race, but I saw a little of every single race this weekend. So I can talk a little bit about the truck and Xfinity race. Let's jump into it, though. We got some NASCAR news. Last week, we talked about Christopher Bell pitting in Chase Briscoe's pit stall. Huge thing. And apparently NASCAR, they issued some penalties, one for Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch. They both lost wheels at Las Vegas last week, so they get the typical penalty. But NASCAR said there's no penalty for C. Bell, except for, of course, going to the tail end of the line. And they clarified the rules, and I want to know your guys' opinion, because I think this is really good. NASCAR set the following clarification to race teams in all three national series on pitting on another team's pit stall. If a vehicle receives service in another team's pit stall to correct a safety issue, the vehicle will receive a flag status penalty, which is just restarting on the tail end of the field, or a pass through if it's under green. For the vehicle pitting outside the assigned pit stop. Some examples for safety issues: tightening loose wheels or lug nuts, removing a fuel can, removing a wedge wrench, or removing the jack from under the vehicle. Because how many times do we see guys' days get ruined like that? Which I think that is good. And then if a vehicle receives service in another team's pit stall for competition adjustments, the vehicle may receive lap penalties. So if they do anything else, even pull a piece of tape off or whatever, then they're going to have to pull in, you lose your lap or whatever. But what do you guys think about that? You think that's a good clarification? You think it needed to be clarified?
It's not.
It's NASCAR, so yes, they needed to clarify it.
It's not. Right. It's not often I say this, but I think from top to bottom, NASCAR got that exactly right. Like, yeah, when it's a safety issue, like, yeah, like let's address it. Let's not penalize a team for not overly penalize a team for addressing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, like if a pass through or whatever, but hey, at least your day's not completely over. Someone's not in jeopardy of getting hurt. Your crew chief's not getting ejected over the next race. Yada yada yada. Like totally good with that. And then yeah, I mean like, and if it's like for a competitive reason, like no, dude, like that's part of the go back around and come back down and pit in your own stall. Like so, yeah, totally cool with that.
Yeah, I was the same. When I read it this morning, I was like, wow, NASCAR made a really good call on that one, surprisingly. And then the last piece of news I have for the Austin Hill fans, he's going to be running 5 cup races for RCR. Darlington, Chicago Street Course, Daytona, Bristol, and then the Talladega playoff race. So if you're an Austin... Yeah.
I like him.
He absolutely deserves a shot.
It seems like they're picking courses that are suited to his abilities too. Talladega, Daytona, Darlington he's good at, and road courses. So should be good. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, and there was a lot of people wondering on Sunday night when Kyle Busch tweeted 1851 announcement tomorrow. Tons and tons of rumors whether it could be him going to Gibbs or whatnot. I completely went over my head that 1800 hours. I was like, oh, that's an oddly specific time. All right, 651. I didn't even realize 18 was his fucking number. But him and Brexton are gonna run a sprint race together, like a micro sprint race against each other. So that was it.
Cool.
That was
Dude,
it.
Listen, I'll say this about that. Like, I'm a father, right? And we're big hunters on my side of the family. As a dad, I cannot wait for, hopefully Jackson's into hunting. And if he is, I can't wait for that opportunity to be able to hunt with him for the first time, right? Like, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So it's the equivalent with Kyle Busch. His big announcement that he teased for 24 hours, everyone's like making all these assumptions. And then it ends up being like, oh, hey, me and Braxton are going to race together or against each other for the first time, which as a dad, again, that's such a cool
Very
thing.
cool, yeah.
That's such a cool thing. But like, don't fucking tease that. Like nobody, like at the end, like it's not my business. Like it's not our business. Like that's not like when you put, and like he knows what he's doing, right? Like
it's marketing. It's all marketing, getting eyes on the sponsors for the race and all that stuff.
Right.
Putting eyes on his son.
Like that's not like maybe I'm wrong here, but like that's not an announcement. Like I don't think that like that's more of a cool thing for like you and your family and everything. But like that's not an announcement for the fans. Like who gives a shit?
No, it is, because if you're a real big fan of him, you're pumped to see him. Like you just want to hear about it. You want to see news on it. Like I'm pumped for Keelan Harvick. I can't wait.
I'm cool with you just like coming out and saying like, hey, by the way, but like to tease it, like the way he went about it, like
very
to tease it for 24 hours, where everyone's getting all excited about it, and then you just
got us talking about it, so it did the right thing.
It worked. No, it absolutely worked. I just like I don't know. It was I don't know.
It was we played the clip last year. I don't have time to pull it up, but it's like we like long buildups and disappointing drops. Like that's what it was. It was just a nice, not even a long buildup, but a 24-hour buildup. We're like, man, what the hell could KB do? And it's like, oh, that.
I'll tell you what at the crux, and we can keep it moving. But at the crux of my disappointment, I think the reason why I feel this way is because, and when I've said that on this show before, is like I can't wait to see him and Brexton race each other in the truck series.
Yeah. And
I thought maybe he was announcing that KBM was returning for the truck series with the 1851.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be the announcement. And I'll be honest with you, I was super excited for that, for that to be the case. And it ended up obviously not being the case. And I just think being let down as much as I was like, well, that's stupid.
You know how I know that that it wasn't that big of a deal or a good announcement is this morning when I was doing research, I was like, oh, I forgot. What was that big KB announcement yesterday?
Didn't even know about it.
And then I went back and looked at it where it's like, all right, that got no talk after 6:51 at night.
Right.
So... but yeah, other than that, that's all the news we got. We got a weekend of racing to talk about. Of course, Kyle Larson won the truck race. You guys catch the truck race on Friday night? It was
not really.
It was a pretty good one. I caught the end, stage 3, And man, the way Kyle Larson cut through the field at the end there to take the win was awesome. But someone pointed out on Twitter, whatever NASCAR did to the Truck Series last year when they sat everybody down and basically yelled at them, they've been the cleanest series out of all three so far, which is shocking. And the racing was really good on Friday night. Homestead, just a great track in general. And then Justin Allgaier got his second win in a row in the Xfinity Series on Saturday. If you missed it, Kyle Larson was absolutely dominating that race. And I actually did miss it because Kyle Larson was dominating the race by like 15 seconds with like 20 to go or whatever. I kind of walked away and I started doing other stuff. And then I came back to you guys freaking out on the phone. So what happened? What caused the caution? What was it even?
It wasn't a screw job, Shrey. It wasn't Owen Hart getting kicked out of the WWF up in Montreal. It was a legit caution, and on the restart, Kyle had a shit restart and lost the race.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Sam Mayer did lift his the tail end of his car up. He couldn't get a start at all, so that kind of But didn't Sam Mayer say that he was doing a little Jimmy jacking in the restart zone to begin with, laying back and
pulling Logano on the restart. That's why they need to address the whole restarts. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. NASCAR needs to address Joey because not only are Cup drivers gonna learn his ways, his shitty ways. Chastain looks up to him.
Yeah.
Horrible. You can tell he does. And then you got the lower series guys coming up, and they're looking up to the Cup guys. Oh, what's an advantage? Well, there's two things. You guys hate the Kyle Larson door move, that he does. Well, that's going to be copied. You got Joey Logano's shit-ass restarts. They're going to get copied. And here you go. Here's a fine example. It's bullshit what they do.
I tell you what, I don't like Sam Mayer either. So, I'm on your side, Ricky. Fuck that kid.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of his either. So,
yeah. And
listen, Allgaier won. Junior Motorsports got a win.
That's my driver.
I care about
My driver in Xfinity.
That's
all
it.
time.
And you want to know what? Honestly, it saved us from hearing, can Kyle Larson sweep the weekend all Sunday afternoon?
I like that, though. I
do too.
I do.
Whether you like the guy or not, when Kyle Busch would run and it was like, can he do it again? And oftentimes he would,
two times. Nobody else has even done it once.
What's
That's
that?
a step,
sweep a weekend?
Yeah, nobody else.
Kyle Busch the only one that's ever swept it?
Only one, and he did it twice.
Is that for real?
Facts.
Holy shit. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know he's the only one to ever sweep a weekend.
That's
only one, and he's the only one to ever do it, and he did it twice.
Ricky bringing the stats. I love it, man. I didn't know that. I thought that was a more common thing.
I will die on that too. I'm not
I believe
screwing around.
Yeah.
I believe you.
You know what? I hope no one ever does it again either. I hope that is Kyle Busch's legacy.
Sam Mayer in the field,
Yeah, you're goddamn right. And then Kyle Larson, he did get it done on Sunday. He led 6 times for 19 laps. The race lasted 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 13 seconds. We saw 4 cautions for 27 laps, 27 lead changes among 9 different drivers. Your top 5, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, and Denny Hamlin. Fellas, what'd you think about the race on Sunday? I absolutely loved it. I'm just going to tell you, I gave it an A all day. What'd you guys think?
Same. I'm with you. A all day.
Yeah, I gave it an A as well. I love the race. It wasn't an A+. It wasn't like that perfect race. Not that there's such thing as a perfect race, but I look back to Kansas last year, some of the other A+ races that we've given. It just has to be for me to give an A+ race, it's got to be lights out from start to finish, and
plus a dramatic ends.
It was close, man.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was an A race for me.
I tell you what,
we saw passing, we saw the wall riding. It's so impressive watching those guys ride that wall 6 inches off the wall, and then even in the apex of the turns, they're not really dropping down; they're staying glued to that wall, and it's just to do that is you can't even do that on a video game.
No.
Have you ever tried doing it on a video game? It's almost impossible. These guys are doing it in real life, and
I saw whatchamacallit was when Kyle Larson did the slide job on Chase Briscoe. And it was the in-car from Chase Briscoe.
One, I have it written down. I wanted to talk about that, dude. I love that. And Chase Briscoe said, "Fuck you," and he kept into it, dude. What? That was sick.
But yeah, I feel like the thing about Sunday's race too, there were so many players in it where, like, throughout the day, I was like, man, keep an eye on Bubba. He's been running fifth place all day. Like, he could come in and win this thing.
Solid
like,
all day, man.
Bubba had a great performance. I mean, Kyle Larson, he didn't dominate early on. Ryan Blaney did. Ryan Blaney,
the best car again. Engine blown, dude. What is going on?
And Alex Bowman.
What is going on? That's a great question. What is going on there?
Dude, Ryan Blaney has fucked me in fantasy every week that I've played him so far. He really does. And I think, what did they say? This was the third DNF of the season?
Second engine blown. Was it his third DNF?
Yeah, third DNF, second engine blown, yep.
And, like, I don't, it's only him too. None of the other Fords are having problems like that. So, like,
no, it's a shame. Because I really like him, and but hey, I think
I'm at the point where if you don't like Ryan Blaney, I don't like you. He's one of those guys.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what, though, they're in a good spot. Like, you arguably had the best car, the last few weeks, and you had shortcomings in your day. But if they get it together, and I think they will. Look out. Ryan Blaney is going to be a terror, and he could go on one just like C. Bell,
Dude, think about this. We've raced 6 races. He's DNF'd 3 of them. Half of the races he has not finished. And
half of those races he was the best driver.
And he is still 10th in points. Imagine if he's not DNFing.
Because he's getting those stage points, Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he's just got to put those full races together. And spoiler alert, I think he's gonna put a race together sooner than later.
I mean,
that's all I'll say. I'll step away from that for the time being.
Are we doing each individual race grades, or did we cover that? That's what it is. We move on, because I got to say this. So I just got a couple of notes to add in. I gotta give praise to Kyle Larson. The reason for my grade is Matt was on here a few weeks ago, and I couldn't wait to touch on this. Matt, because I'm going to bring it all around. A few weeks ago, Matt was like, hey, Kyle Larson, you got him saying, I don't want to go to Phoenix. You got Penske's going to win. Well, guess what? If you're in a cup car and you're anybody else but the 5 on your door, you don't want to go to Miami for the championship, because guess what? Yeah, they get close to the wall. Kyle Larson gets closer. Did you see him at Victory Lane? All the scuff marks on that car?
Yeah.
That's not because he was dooring people, doing a Kyle Larson door job. That's because he's young money, hung money, and he waves a flag, baby. And I loved it. Loved every minute of it. And that's what. He is a class of his own. Nobody else. You had a guy shaking his nerves behind him. And Alex Bowman, I wanted him to win. I'm rooting for hard. I love that paint scheme. I love Alex Bowman. I think he's great. We saw him on dirt and Bloomsburg a few years back. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Really wanted to win. But he got choked up because he saw the fucking horns in his rearview mirror. The bull coming up his ass, dude. And that's what happened. That is the best driver for Hendrick Motorsports, the last driver to get a ride in Hendrick Motorsports out of all the other 3, won that motherfucker, dude. Let's go. I was stoked.
He's still a little bitch.
And you got the best burnout of the year. He's the best burnout of the year.
He's still a little bitch.
I tell you what.
He's still a champion, and he's still a race winner.
He is. You can't take that away from him, but still very much a bitch.
I tell you what. He does do a great burnout, though.
Hell of a burnout.
Like, amazing burnout.
And nobody rides that wall. Nobody rides it.
Rides that wall better than anyone I've ever seen ride that wall. Does a hell of a burnout. Still a bitch.
He won't throw a punch.
Still a little wimp when it comes
young
to
money, hung money.
Anyways,
Johnny Manziel, baby.
I tell you what, so Alex Bowman, he had a great race himself, though. Finished second, led 6 times for 43 laps. Bubba Wallace finished third. He led 3 times for 56 laps. Denny Hamlin led 3 times for 15 laps. Even Chase Briscoe, anyone in the top 5 at some point, I was like, man, they could come and win this race. Like,
and it was their best race finish. Like, they even said that on the podcast. All the top 4, I think, or the 5 was their best finish up from Miami.
Was it? Yeah.
Yep.
And I thought it was a great race in general. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to go through my head and think of all of the things that kind of happened, but it was one of those long builds where like you'd have a guy go out and dominate for a while, and then you're watching the rest of the top 10 and top 5 and see like, all right, well, who has something for him? You know,
Clean Air was big.
Clean Air was big, and then the restarts were huge.
I'll tell you who missed it this weekend. The 20 team missed it this weekend.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know what happened.
I don't either, man. I picked them to win the race and just shit the bed.
And we talk about pit road, dude. What was going on?
It was a tight
I wanted
pit
to
road.
kill Logano. Then they showed a replay, and I'm like, well, I can't because it's Josh Berry's fault. Like, and I'm a Josh Berry guy. But at one point, I told Kimmy, I go
3 times.
Like,
Logano was in 3 incidents on pit road.
I know.
Right? It was like every time he came in, he got into someone at some point. It was wild.
Wild.
You know what? No, I'm not going to poke the bear. Let's just keep it moving.
I think C-Bell, though, every now and then he does have a self-spin out of nowhere, and that's what ruined his day was that self-spin. And,
not just him though. You had Suarez. He coming in the pit road. He spun out, and he was having a good day up until then. He ruined his day coming in down, and he came in a little too hot, and he spun her.
Yeah. What? He was like, it was right at the line too, right? Sometimes
he didn't get penalized, but it hurt him.
Sometimes what happens with that, if you're pitting under green, you're changing your brake biases throughout the whole entire race, and then you forget to change them back before you go to enter in the pits, and then you jam on those brakes and they lock up either slower or quicker and just whips your car around. So if you ever see a guy like spin around on pit road like that, that's usually what happens, and it's kind of crazy. I'm trying to think of anything else that really happened throughout the race. It was a great race. It was fun watching the battles throughout. The restarts were pretty insane. Not as crazy as Las Vegas was last week, but it felt like a good...
crazy if you did that shit-ass 22 up there causing a stink, you know what I mean? But hey, he wasn't up there, so we didn't have to worry about that. But wait until the next time he's leading or dude, he plays mind game. He does shit that I fucking hate, dude. Get rid of it. Please address it, NASCAR.
Well, and didn't they kind of make it worse too? Because for the longest time, if you were in the restart zone and you took off,
you can do whatever you want. You can gas it, let off, and that's what he does. He gasses it, lets off, and then gasses it again.
Yeah,
but it's an accordion effect. I hate that shit.
I'm with you, Shrey. I'm with you on that. It's games.
It's games. You gas it or get the fuck out. I don't know what to tell you.
Let's go. We're racing here. Yeah. Let's go.
Somebody's got to wreck them in there.
You know who had a great race too? Just looking at the stat sheet, AJ Allmendinger.
Allmendinger.
So all the signs pointed to take AJ Allmendinger in fantasy or bet on him this weekend for a top 10, and I didn't do it. He ran great in practice. His regular finishing position, I think his average finish in the next gen car is like 7th or 8th, and he finished 7th again. He got himself some stage points in the first stage. What's it with the dinger and Homestead? I don't get it, but
I like it, dude. I like, you know what? I love him. I felt bad years ago. I felt like he didn't deserve to lose his like a ride or a cup ride. And then, he goes down, and then they put him in the booth, and I felt like, man, like that's got to be hard to come back from. And I thought he was done. And then he came back, and it was like surgeons, like from him, like just a new, like he tightened himself up and like, tightened all the loose bolts. And I feel like he's back, baby. And I'm a fan of it. I love the dinger.
No, I remember in 2019 when I first started watching, he was running part-time for Colleague in the Xfinity series and then doing the play-by-play or like the booth work.
The booth.
Like part-time, and
he wasn't even in the booth. They would send him back to like the fake background with the cars behind him.
Yeah, he's like in the studio, the Charlotte studio or whatever, doing like the analyst role. And I thought he did great in that role too. But like once Colleague was like, all right, we're going full-time in 2020 in Xfinity series with him, they start really like going hunting for trophies and stuff. It's like, man, like AJ Allmendinger had a great resurgence. He really did. Like, that's a good redemption story in NASCAR, you know?
No one talks about it enough, man.
No, they don't. They honestly, they really don't. And
that's got to be the hardest thing to do, is to like, hey, you're not only are you not good enough, like, well, it's like not that. It's like just like you lose your ride and then you go and then you're talking about the Cup on Sundays.
Yeah,
that alone, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. So I mean, great on him. I think if I got out of there and I went to Saturday racing, that's what I would do. I wouldn't want to talk on Sundays about the guys I used to compete
what
against.
I could have been doing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dale Jr. talks about it a lot on his podcast, where it's like it's hard to come to the track without a role. You know, so maybe he's just like, yeah, at least I'm still involved. You know, some guys.
I'll tell you who, like this year, who's forming into like just it's weird because I'm going to do a 180 on this guy. I liked him last year, was pumped about him.
Yeah,
I can't fucking stand this guy, Carson Hocevar, dude. I don't know what's going on with me and him, but we have problems, dude. Well, I'm telling you.
Because he's running real aggressive and he's pissing people off, you know?
I can't stand him. I can't stand. And then he talks on the mic, dude. And you're giving two different things like a couple of weeks ago, two different interviews. Fucking own your shit, bud.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. You know,
that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna drive like an asshole, own it like KB used to. You know, like when you have Ross Chastain yelling at you on pit road, you know you fucked up. You know, like
that's supposedly the backstory on that is Ross. Puts him under his wing. They're friends. And Ross guides him. Yeah, like Ross is a mentor. There's the word I was looking for. He's a mentor to Hocevar, which is horrible. This is the last person you should go to in fucking Cup.
Honestly, if you want to clean up your act on track, that's the last guy to fucking go to. I didn't know that. So
yeah, you know who you talk to? You get underneath. I don't like the guy, but talk to Chase Elliott.
Yeah,
talk to Chase. Don't ask him about Mike's skills, but you talk to Chase.
Yeah, talk to KB. You know, Kyle Busch. Like, really, a lot of the guys, Denny, anyone's. Well, I guess you got to go Chevy driver. So go to KB. He's one of the cleanest. He's a veteran of the sport. Like,
he'll shoot you straight.
He'll shoot you straight. Speaking of Carson Hocevar, though, he was the last place driver this week. Engine issues.
Did that on purpose, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. But you guys have anything else to add to the race weekend at Homestead?
No. I'll say it one more time. Fuck Logano.
Fuck Logano.
I still can't believe, like, on Sunday, honestly, it was like every time they pit, Joey Logano fucking turned someone. But Homestead, I believe they said, is like the second or third tightest pit road on the schedule. So it's excusable, I guess. I don't know. Some of those ones, though, where he came out, they're like 3 wide out. That's just bad timing, you know? But let's see, fellas. We're wrapping it up, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so. Like, it was a good race, but like there wasn't a lot there was no controversy. Like, it was a clean race, man. It's just I don't know. I enjoyed it. Not a lot to write home about, which is weird because typically when you have like an A race, like there's a lot to really talk about. But it was just a good, clean race. It was Homestead. It's a lot like Kansas. It's not like Kansas where it's like you're just gonna get a good race.
Yeah.
Well, there's no cautions. Like, it lacked cautions. This race was really bad. Like when as a fan, you wanted a caution. You wanted to because there was a lot. When you had clean air, you were having like long out. Like the leader was like way out in front, and you wanted a caution to kind of bring back the group, but you didn't get it. But when that lack of cautions, it like came tenfold with Pit Road Madness. You know, I actually wrote down like notes every week while watching, and the second thing I wrote down was Pit Road Madness all over. Right.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they say it on the broadcast. So I put that out into the universe, and they stole it from me, dude. I swear to God, they stole it. I was pissed that day.
That's the thing. So like all Sunday, we're always texting and everything. And like, I was like, man, this is a great race. This is like an old school race though, where like if Ryan Blaney went out there and led every single lap, I wouldn't have minded because everything else around it was going on. But then when you try to break it down on Tuesday, it's like, yeah, I don't really remember why it was a great race. It was very fun to watch, you know? And like I said, like I was going through, it's like, all right, well, who has something? Like when Blaney was out there leading, I'm like, all right, well, who has something for him? And then you start paying attention to the stage breaks and winners and losers on pit road. Pit road was a big deal, gaining spots here and there when you can, you know?
Here is my argument of why they need to go to Homestead without your other, with everybody else's like, arguments like we already hear all the time. Here's the main factor is that Homestead does something that Phoenix doesn't. Homestead is a natural great race where if you're the best car, you're going to win.
Yeah.
You don't need to have gimmicks like, oh, here's a special soft tire. And listen, I don't want that for the fucking champion. I want the champion to be crowned because you're dominant.
Yeah.
And you raced a solid whole race. I don't want it to be, oh well, he kept his tires until the last stage, and then this happened. You know, if they make it 2 tires, I'll flip. Yeah. They need to do 1 there, but I mean, the fact that you got to even bring a special tire there says everything you need to know. And it's not good. The only thing good is that, you know, I just learned today on Denny's podcast. Denny said they get $10 to $15 million NASCAR to race Phoenix. The city gives to NASCAR,
like the tourism
and that's all
board.
pocket. That doesn't go back to the teams.
Nope.
So there's your answer. It's all money. So Miami, I guess, has to fork up money. Well, guess what? The richest fucking assholes live in Miami. Fork it out.
Well, so it's Miami Homestead. It's kind of pretty far away from Southside, but the whole deal is like it's tourism boards paying to have the race, and apparently Homestead is trying to get it back. You know,
yes, and they deserve to. But it's greedy, greasy palms of NASCAR.
That's it.
And why they're keeping it at, you know, they're not listening to the fans. They're not listening to us as fans. They're not listening to the drivers. And it's like, hey, we're going to do what we want. We're going to keep it at Phoenix because they're paying.
I hate Phoenix so much. I hate Phoenix so much.
I'm
just talking about it. It's just like the only reason you fucking have the championship is because of fucking money.
What other track can you
suck as a facility? You suck as a racetrack.
Yeah,
I hate Phoenix.
Put grass or something where that dog leg is. I hate that. The fact that why paint the fucking line there?
Yeah.
Take it off. I don't want to see a yellow line there. I don't even, you know what? Fuck them.
I think the reason too that Homestead is so great is it's the last 1.5 miles true oval. Like all the old true ovals, they turned into D-shaped ovals with the tri-oval there and everything. And I feel like you said, Shrey, you know the best car is going to go out and win it. And if the best car doesn't go out and win it, it's because either Ryan Blaney blew a motor, which was awesome. Like I hate to see it happen to him, but it's awesome to see that happen every now and then too, because it's like, man, that fucking motor was pushing it so hard, it blew a rod and his day's done.
What was neat about that too is that he blew it, and you can tell he didn't know it was happening. It just happened because he was doing like 200, and then people behind him. I'm like, oh my god, can you imagine being right behind him and getting smoked out?
Yeah, that's thick smoke. You can't see shit out your windshield.
I forget who it was behind him, but they showed a dash cam video of whoever was behind him when it's like, dude, you couldn't see shit, and they were up against.
It looked like a locomotive from 1883, dude, coming down the track.
Just a coal engine.
Choo-choo. Yeah, dude.
But that was a great race, and kind of touch on it again. Like, man, fucking Alex Bowman. Couldn't get it done.
I feel so bad. That paint scheme was sick. That car deserves to be in victory lane.
You guys have no
idea.
idea.
And him and his story. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, and I don't appreciate Jeff Gordon. I really don't. My whole career, my whole life as a race fan, I always hated the guy. I still do.
Yeah.
I was a Rusty fan. Earnhardt, I liked him too. And, you know, there's a famous, like, hey, always, I forget how, not verbatim, but whatever that is. But, yeah, I know I messed that up. But not word for word what he said, but he said something along the lines of, hey, I'll do whatever it takes and I'll wreck Jeff Gordon whenever I get the chance, you know, and I always lived by that. And he was in the box. I actually like that. One thing I'll give Jeff Gordon, good job, because you didn't suck Kyle Larson off and sit in his. You sat, and he was running 5th when Bowman was up there. So I was like, oh, is he going to switch boxes? Because I'll be pissed. And he didn't. He stuck true with fucking Bowman.
You know, I noticed that too. I was like, you want to know what? I bet you Jeff Gordon takes more pride in the 48 than anyone realizes because he's always owned the 48. When Jimmy Johnson drove that car, he was the owner of the car for Hendrick and everything. And I wonder if he still has, like, I know William Byron's in the 24 and all that stuff, but I bet you he looks at Alex Bowman where he's like, that's my guy, you know? I don't know what kind of involvement he had bringing him over to Hendrick because
he's in the right team though. Like, he just fits. All smug.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, if it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't even give a shit.
No. What should we call it? There was one other thing I wanted to bring up real quick, and I forgot it already. Oh shit! I don't know. It's lost. I think it's lost. It was Ryan Blaney blowing up Alex Bowman. Oh! You guys have no idea how badly I wanted Bubble. Oh, it's verbatim, by the way. You guys have no idea how badly I wanted Bubba Wallace to win, just for the fact that I was like watching. I'm like, man,
his car was beautiful.
Great car, great diecast win. And I was like, man, little by little, I was like, man, he's making ground. Like, he's stuck in the top 5, but he could do something. And I called that in the middle of stage 2. And then by stage 3, he's like leading. I'm like, fucking, let's go, Bubba. Let's fucking do it. You know
what was sick? Kimmy actually took a picture of it.
And I had him in my fantasy lineup too.
When they were running first and second, and I don't know, it was either Bubba, they were fighting. Him and Alex Bowman were fighting for the lead.
Yeah.
And I want to say Bowman got him when she took the picture, but dude, I'll have to send it. I'll have her send it to me, and I'll send it to you guys in our group. Yeah. But Kimmy took the sickest picture. I go, dude, it looks like 1996 out there with the bright colors. I wish they all got on that. You know what? And when they do the throwback, they should. I'm over it now. It's cool. I still like the throwback, but maybe make them go back to the 90s, dude. Like decades,
like
cars.
Certain periods. Yeah,
we pointed it out a few years ago at the racetrack that like a lot of the merch now is like you get in the neon colors.
90s.
Oh
right?
yeah,
90s,
I love it. Like, I've got probably 10 NASCAR shirts in my dresser that have neon colors.
Yeah, look at this. Straight out of the 90s, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
this car ruled the 90s, dude. I loved it, too. Little Kellogg going around.
Oh, yeah, and just that throwback 90s style. And
loved it.
Yeah, I
Jeff Gordon had the sickest ride, though. I got to say it. Like, I can't stand the guy, but he had the most iconic 90s car, arguably, besides Dale Sr.
Yeah.
He had it. With that bright 24, you either loved that car, you hated it, and I was there with the hate, with the flames going up it.
See, I hate it when they switch to the flames. I like the old rainbow stripes.
I did. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought that was sick. I remember being a little kid looking for that diecast all the time.
The Jurassic Park paint scheme was sick as shit.
The T-Rex car was fucking awesome. You go on and on about the T-Rex car and just how insane that All-Star race was.
The Interstate car, dude, back then was sick.
The Interstate Batteries paint scheme is still iconic, and I appreciate that they've pretty much run the same scheme still. To this
like
day.
the Menards car, dude. Don't go changing.
I mean, we have the Interstate truck that rolls around here. That part
still has an 18 on it.
Shitty green with the lightning coming out of it, dude. Don't change it ever, dude.
And there's a Jeff Burton 99 car. I forget what the sponsor was, but it had the lightning on it like that. But it was like black, purple, and blue. That was a fucking sick car too.
Yeah.
And then the Mark Martin Valvoline car. Oh, dude.
Viagra car was sick.
The Tide car.
There was a lot of cool Valvoline paint schemes in the 90s.
Valvoline was sick, yeah.
Yeah.
The Skull 33 car. I think that was more of an 80s car, though.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Skull Bandit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
white and green. Oh my god, that's a sick paint
That's
scheme.
just a
That's
great
what they need to do
color
decades.
green.
Like, it would be cool. Like, hey, everybody run maybe don't. I don't know. Make it
Darlington's in like 2 weeks from now. Like, I don't give a shit about the throwback paint schemes anymore.
No. Chase Elliott's throwing it back to Kenny Schrader's car, and it's like, why even bother? It looks so bad. Yeah. It's like nowhere near close. The Josh Berry one looks fucking sick though.
I love it.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. Throwing it back to that
They have
Indy
a hat
car
released for him, and it's green instead of the red, and it has the 21 there and the 47 brand new
weekend, man. They ruined it. They ruined it when they took it away from the Southern 500 because there was a vibe. It was
because it's Memorial Day.
It was the end of the summer. It was Labor Day weekend. Yep. It was just a throw. It was just
and that's how I feel about the Clash. Changing the Clash, bring it back. Bring it back. I want it in. I want it in Florida. I want it in Daytona.
I agree.
For so many reasons.
Bring back qualifying the Sunday beforehand and all that. Like, dude, give us back speed weeks, man. Like, we're not going to get it back. We sound like old men right now, but like, I'm with you. Give me back
speaking of schemes, paint schemes, got to give it to SVG, dude. I'm really pumped that he landed the Bulls, Red Bull, and dude, that diecast, I'm really close to like locking in and just saying screw it and get
would love to see the 88 running like at least top 20 though. Like that would be nice.
Yeah.
It'll get there.
Yeah, he will.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He's not a bad start to the season.
That's the thing, though.
On a road course.
We're only 6 races in. A lot of guys have bad starts to the season, though. A lot of guys that are normally better at this point, too. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks. But we are headed to Martinsville. We got to go over our picks from last week. I won the weekend. I picked Kyle Larson. He got me 56 points. Eric got second. He picked William Byron. Shrey, you got third. He got 37 points. Shrey, you got third with Tyler Reddick. He got you 30 points. And then Matt, you picked Christopher Bell, who unfortunately only got you 8 points. So old Whitey taking a big lead in the points standings right now.
Huge lead right now.
Usually I'm in third all season long and I'm clawing my way back. So I'm excited about this. But Matt, since you got last, you go first. Who are you picking for Martinsville?
It's easy for me this week, man. I need to make up some points. Out of 6 races in the next gen car, he has 5 top 5 finishes. He has 2 wins. He has the most points accumulated over the 6 races at Martinsville. Easy for me. He's not going to blow up. I told you that he's going to turn it around quicker than we all think. It's going to be this weekend. It's too short of a track for him to blow that sumbitch up. Ryan Blaney takes it back to victory lane. He corrects everything. He's got it. He's got the speed. He's got everything. He needs to keep it all in one piece, and he's going to get it done this weekend. You
know what's going to happen? One of those Martinsville hot dog wrappers is going to get sucked up through the air intake and go.
Couple hot dogs, dude.
All right, Ricky, who are you picking?
Well, we're about to lose some time here, and I'm going to give it to the guy who likes to keep a track of time with all his clocks, and that's Slick Willie 2 clocks, dude. Let's go. Give me the 24. I think he gets it done this week. Yeah. There you go.
I like it. When you go to Martinsville, you got to count on one of Slick Willie 2 clocks. Eric goes third. He's taking the number 9 car, Chase Elliott. We'll see how Chase can do.
Solid pick.
And normally, I would pick Christopher Bell if he was still open at Martinsville because C. Bell is a great short track racer. Here's the thing, though. I'm going outside the box a little bit. Chase Briscoe has been running super well He is tied for 5th best average finish in the next gen car. And that is in a Stewart Haas car. Typically, we used to love to make the joke, when you're going to Martinsville, you got to pick Martin Truex Jr., and he's in the 19 car. I'm assuming it's going to be a great one. Hopefully Chase Briscoe can get it done, and Whitey will get his 3rd win of the season. We'll find out.
That Bass Pro Shops car is beautiful, and I'd love to see it in victory lane. Let's go. That's a solid pick.
And I think he could get it done, too. I really do. We're 6 races into the 2025 season. William Byron, Christopher Bell, Josh Berry, and Kyle Larson locked themselves into the playoffs. Again, we're heading to Martinsville, 3 o'clock on FS1 this Sunday. Trucks also on track Friday night, Xfinity on track Saturday. Who will it be? Will it be Slick Willie B? Slick Willie 2 clocks? Will it be Ryan Blaney shaking that monkey off his back and getting the win? Could it be Chase Elliott?
Shaking his monkey?
Could it be Chase Elliott or the other Chase, Briscoe, getting it done in Martinsville and locking themselves down at grandfather clock? We'll find out this Sunday, 3 p.m. on FS1 for the Cookout 400, and we'll break it all down for you next Tuesday night, right here on the Bumper Run Podcast. For Matt the Statman Reilly, for Eric Daytona Shrey, for Eric Daytona Ron, for Robbie Shredder Shrey, I'm Michael D. White, saying have a good night.